Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Comic John here with another news brief, and welcome back to the Comic John channel. We've been gone for a while. Went to Philly for like a 2-week holiday break, even though I worked every single day, at my regular job, my day job. And traveling back from Florida last night, got in late, traveling with a 2-year-old to Philly to see we stayed at 2 different houses, my wife and I and my daughter, and it does not allow for a lot of time to, write scripts and get on here and follow everything that's going on. Luckily, not a lot happened. However, as the dust is settling in the Star Wars, the Rise of Skywalker, that it feels like that news is dying down now. And do you like the sweat stains on my hat? This is what happens when I get up at 6 a.m. and dump on here. But guys, I wanted to talk about all the stuff that happened while we were gone. Most recently, very recently, JJ Abrams, the news about the JJ release, the JJ cut, is now trending on Twitter. Apparently, Disney hijacked, jerked around, neutered JJ's original script, his original plan for the final Skywalker movie. Apparently he wanted it to be like 2 movies, and we'll get into that, but also Kevin Feige's appearance. I forget where he was, but about 3 days ago he was at some film school, and he answered questions for like an hour. I need to go back and re-listen to it, because listening to that guy talk I could just listen to him talk for days. He's so, you can just tell that he's the only person that'll ever be able to pull this off. He's so calm, and he's so just like step by step, but he's also more obsessed with comic books than anyone. And I think that's true. I think that's why he can pull this off, because he just lives it and breathes it. He's like, if I wasn't doing this, then I'd be sitting on the sidewalk drawing it for people to see. So that just means that, he has to tell these stories in the new way, or he wouldn't do anything else. So he mentioned a new character that they're going to introduce in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. He also said that is the best title that we've ever had at Marvel, and I cannot agree more. My guess is real quick, because this is just something he said, you'll never be able to figure out who we're going to introduce. A major character that they're going to introduce through Doctor Strange, and it was almost like Doctor Strange was the only way to get this character in there. Here are my 3 guesses: Nova, Beta Ray Bill. I don't know why my fingers and brain are just not connected today. Nova, Beta Ray Bill. My top guess: the Silver Surfer. This is how you get him into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, through the Multiverse of Madness. And gosh, Silver Surfer is one of my favorite comics. I know a bunch of my friends hate Silver Surfer. They think he's just this paranoid dork. But I just think he's like the most self-reflective character, which I'm kind of blowing my own mind right now, which is probably why he is a reflective thing. He's like a mirror. Wow. Somebody asked Feige who the most powerful character in the MCU is, and obviously we all know this. Even Russo brothers and Marcus McFeely were like, well, Scarlet Witch had Thanos. She had him on the ropes, and he was like, fuck everyone up, just get her off of me, because I don't know what to do here. She's got me lifted up in the air. God, that part, it's so good when she's going like this, take one piece of equipment off, take one piece of armor off at a time. I'm going to slowly shred him. And, of course, you didn't get it, but that was there's no way that they had her say, you will. When Thanos was like, I don't even know who you are. She's like, you will, because I'm about to, rain down and break the mold. She, whatever she's going to do eventually in the MCU, in the TV show or in the movies, it's going to change everything. She's going to remold the whole universe. So, okay, so speaking of Scarlet Witch, leads right into it. Okay. So again, now it was like, who's the most powerful? Scarlet Witch. But they could easily introduce a new most powerful character, who I just mentioned, the big character that I think they're talking about to bring in through Doctor Strange, in Doctor Strange 2, the Silver Surfer, because he's going to come in and he's got this thing called the Power Cosmic, and it basically makes him invincible, but sometimes he kind of loses it, kind of like Iron Fist in the Chi, like he doesn't have it all the time. So Disney Plus did a new trailer for what is to come in 2020. Obviously, there's a little clip there for Mandalorian Season 2. WandaVision is coming out in the fall of 2020. Are you kidding me? So it's coming out this year. And it's interesting because, and we'll get to this in a sec. Okay, so it's coming out late 2020, so fall of 2020. Which leads into 2021, where they're doing 4 Marvel movies. Excuse me, guys. 4 Marvel movies in 2021. They've never done 4 in 1 year. And I think it's going to. They're going to all be interconnected. So hold on. Okay, WandaVision's coming out in the fall. Okay, which the final episode is going to set up Doctor Strange 2, and that comes out in May. So in 2021, we're going to get, it's going to go WandaVision in the fall of 2020, Shang-Chi in the winter or really early spring of 2021, then Doctor Strange, then Spider-Man 3, Homeward Bound, and then Thor 4. However, I think if WandaVision's coming out in fall of 2020, then Loki is going to have to be coming out in like super early 2021, like January, because I feel like it's going to go WandaVision, Loki, Doctor Strange. Even though Shang-Chi out before all those, I don't think they're going to be as connected. It's still going to be connected, like for real, but not. I think it's going to go Wanda, Loki, Doctor Strange, and probably things in Shang-Chi will then, retroactively be connected, where at first you were like, what the hell's going on? And the 10 Rings, I think that's what they're going to do, just a guess. Probably not a great guess. He stated that somebody turned down a role to play a big character. Why on earth would you ever turn down a chance to be in the comic book movies right now? I mean, not only are you getting like pretty solid job security, but you're just going to jack your career. Like, your resume is just going through the roof right now, because I feel like they're only bringing in A-listers or people that become A-listers in this Marvel world. So whoever turned that down, kind of confused by it, but hey, everyone's got their own priorities and their own wants and needs. He didn't really give any details to it. I believe it was probably some big character for Doctor Strange, Guardians 3, or Spider-Man 3. Speaking of Spider-Man, we all know that the Venom crossover is like, it's not only happening, but it's not just going to be like 2 seconds. What we don't know is if it's going to be Spider-Man or if it's just going to be Peter Parker, which, as Tom Holland is concerned, I'll take either version of the character. I think he's just like the best. But it would be really neat to see Spider-Man. I'm just saying, if we have Venom, Peter Parker can't really do much, even though I guess he could. It was pretty interesting hearing him talk about how little power they had back in the 90s when they made a whole bunch of really bad comic book movies, Daredevil, all the Fantastic Four flops. And now they got all the power, minus the Hulk. But, now, and he even said, like, there were crazy stipulations, like, at no point can Spider-Man's costume be green. What? And he's like, now we can do that. Maybe we might. And finally, guys, New Mutants. I have yet to watch the trailer. I didn't even think it was available, but I'm going to watch it now, unless that's a fan-made clickbait bullshit. I will definitely check that out. And absolutely, finally, guys, this is something that I've been really weird about talking about. And after this news started stumbling out after the holiday season, and everybody started kind of, opening their eyes and reading again, it appears that JJ Abrams got really screwed, and that he wanted this to be a 2-part finale, which that was my first, my initial thought getting out of the theater was they stuffed too much into one movie. Don't get me wrong. I loved it. I'll love anything Star Wars, but I know I've been in enough to know that this was rushed. That this thing was rushed. Details were missed, and it's just obvious. They skip, and it felt like they were hitting the fast forward button through a longer movie. Okay, that was the whole my thought. The entire movie is, whoa, this is going fast, and they're just assuming a lot. When they jump from one scene to another scene, from one location to another location, and there's a whole bunch of different aspects of the character or of the story all of a sudden in play. That's what was bothering me. It was okay, just assume they got here, and just assume this worked out, and they landed it, and everything's okay. When the Millennium Falcon, all of a sudden in the background, you're and hardly anyone's going to notice anyone in that madness. Someone going, oh, the landing gear's down. And then all of a sudden there's the Millennium Falcon smashed, almost underground. Not the best example, because they did say the landing gear's down, but that is what the whole movie felt like. It was just kind of well, wait, how did that happen? Oh, I must have missed it because it's moving so damn fast. And then I believe JJ had a 3.5-hour version of it, and Disney kept chopping it up. And I mean, look, you guys all see JJ Abrams in interviews and things like that. He's a calm guy, he's a really he's enjoying himself. And I feel like George Lucas after the prequels, he is getting so disgusted in not the fans. I'm not saying he's disgusting these fans that get upset. He's disgusted with all the suits that got involved, that reached in and were JJ, we know you're this, uber geek, Star Wars obsessed fan that now gets to make the movies, but we need this thing to make the most money possible, which in my opinion would be to make it in 2 parts instead of smushing a 3.5-hour movie into a 2-hour and 20-minute movie, just disregarding any sort of settling. There was hardly any moments where you were I'm enjoying this scene right here. Oh, I never noticed that about Finn. I mean, they really blew it. Okay, if this is true and art was rushed, then art fails. If art is rushed, art suffers. Struggle is nature's way of strengthening, and they cut corners. And that's why that movie was not that strong. Even though, as of right now, it's going to cross the $1 billion mark. Let's see. Star Wars Episode 9 gross. $198 million box office. Wait. After a confirmed $198 million international box office bow for Disney Lucasfilm Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker this past weekend, the Monday grosses have pushed Episode 9 to $226.8 million offshore globally, $433.4 million through yesterday. Okay, that was a week ago. So I would like the most recent report, please. Here we go. Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, running towards 700 million worldwide through Sunday. Okay, well, today's Friday. Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker. Well, again, guys, it's like apparently everyone took off. Wait, Rise of Skywalker climbs to 725 million global. What's this John Boyega? What did he say about Rey? Sorry, this is unplanned here, guys. Why fans are laying into John Boyega after he made a crude comment about Daisy Ridley's character. This is Insider.com. But John Boyega is becoming misogynistic. Star Wars character Finn hooking up with Rey. No, wait a second. What did he say? Look, my boy after realizing Kylo Ren died so he can date Rey. What? Oh my gosh. It's not about who she kisses, but who eventually lays the pipe. You are a genius. Wait. John Boyega, the absolute Chad man. My boy after realizing Kylo Ren died so he can date Rey. It's not about who she kisses, but who eventually lays the pipe. You are a genius. Well, bro, you're extremely disgusting and gross, also fucking disrespectful. You cannot be this jealous of Adam Driver, dude. As a black woman, I'm ashamed that someone like you represented us in Star Wars. You obviously don't know the difference between a fictional world and reality. Well, look, I always found it stupid when guys talk like trash about sex and about like girls, like you're gonna lay that pipe. Like you have a small. Okay, I'm not gonna get into it. I just think it was dumb. He could have just been like, "Yes, Finn for the win now," and she's back on the market or whatever. And yeah, John Boyega has been saying things, and people are just taking it into something way worse. So that's my thoughts on that, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, tell your grandma, share with your friends. Leave me what made you excited about this Kevin Feige interview that he did with this film school. I wish I did a little more prep work, guys, but again, it's real early here in Florida. I just got back last night, and I had to jump on here and just say hey and touch on some things that I was really excited about. We're going to dig deeper into the JJ stuff on First Time Watching because I'm going to do The Matrix. I'm going to have my questions for the guys, but then we're going to split off into a different show and just kind of analyze this JJ Abrams Disney mess that, to me, if all true, was extremely apparent throughout the entire movie. So, I'll see you guys then. I love you. Bye. Oh, hey. Make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment and hit the notification bell. And if you're finding me for the first time, I do trailer reaction videos, hot take movie reviews, news briefs on anything Marvel, DC, Star Wars. You'll love it. Thanks.